You know, the first time we made a video on Waypoint, I specifically said that I never wanted to see this ability again because it was incredibly terrible and completely useless for 3,000 Robux. Then we made a follow-up video and that surprised me because it got a pretty insane buff, which honestly is a lot of fun now to actually use. But here we are now doing the third video on Waypoint because yesterday it got kind of like this little unannounced, not really unannounced. They posted it in the updates channel, but bro, it basically got another major buff. Now, before I forget, I need to turn off AFK here, switch over to Waypoint, and let's jump into this game so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so we're getting inside the game here, and let's give you guys a quick history lesson in case you weren't here when the game first released. I'm totally kidding. I wasn't even here. Oh God, the ball's coming. Like I was saying, I'm totally kidding. I wasn't even here when the game released. What I really meant to say was, let's start from the moment that Waypoint was released. When we first got access to this, the way that it worked was you used it, it dropped down, the sword that I'm going to show you in a second, basically right there, and you were only able to use it one time per game. On top of that, there used to be a ginormously long, bright, and extremely annoying purple line that would be attached to the sword that is right over there. With the last update, they went ahead and kind of removed... Oh my God, I clicked the wrong button. That was getting way too intense for me to explain. With the last update, they removed the one-time use per game. So now it has practically an instant cooldown. So if you notice, here we are placing it down. We're going to go ahead and use it and look at the cooldown. It's practically insane. Then we can go ahead and just place it down again. But now with the removal of the purple line that's connected to it, this actually makes it a very, very good ability. And I know I said this before, man, but I feel like this is definitely worth it because this is probably the one that a lot of people got actually the most of, because obviously they got it from the wheel, unlike Infinity that was practically impossible to be gotten from the wheel. So I guess now at this point, we quite literally have no complaints whatsoever when it comes to Waypoint. As you can see, got him. Honestly, man, I don't really use it enough. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, but Waypoint went from being one of my most hated and by far the worst ability in the entire game, which was mind-blowing for the price that it was, to now being probably, I wouldn't say one of the best, but I would definitely say one of the funnest to use. And like I always say, this is one of those abilities that in the right hands would be incredibly deadly. Didn't even need to use the Waypoint. Now, shifting a little off topic here, there's something else that I kind of want to squeeze into the video that has absolutely nothing to do with Waypoint, but everything to do with yesterday's video being the Reaper ability. So there was a fine little detail that I kind of left out of that one video yesterday, mainly because I figured that it would be fixed extremely fast, which it has already been fixed in some servers, which is kind of the catch. But if you aren't aware already, basically Reaper has the ability to basically roll over to another game. It's kind of like insanely overpowered because if I get 5 stacks and I somehow win the game without dying, I basically start the next game with those full 5 stacks. I actually recorded this, but I'm going to see if I'm able to do it. I don't even know if this is a new or old server. Okay, so this is actually a new server. So if it says version 1.4, then that means it's a new one. The server that this works on is the one that says version 1.4 test. But I did go ahead and actually record this, so I'm going to play that clip for you guys right now. But yeah, if it wasn't obvious enough, man, Reaper was extremely broken. Now, from my point of view, I feel like it really wasn't that big of a deal in public servers because it doesn't really matter. In ranked mode, I understand why people were upset. But then at the same time, I also put myself in like new players' shoes, and having somebody with Reaper inside of your public server is extremely annoying. So I guess to a certain extent, I am kind of happy that it was fixed. But to be honest, it's no surprise to anybody, which is kind of why I didn't make a video on it. Everyone was just about 100% confident that it was going to end up getting patched. Well, all right then. Now, with all of that being said, though, that does not change my opinion on Reaper, and I still think that it is a lot of fun. It's extremely OP, and to people that are not me, it can be extremely deadly. And I only say that because I've actually seen some people do some pretty crazy things with it. I feel like what I do, like for instance, maybe some of the clips that I put in this video is kind of just like, you know, average sort of gameplay, especially now when I've seen some of you like insane people that have been hiding in the shadows, but all of a sudden are visible in ranked. This is so much fun, dude. Hey, we also just went ahead and hit 600 wins. Let's go. Let's go. That was definitely a good fight. Anyways, I just wanted to go ahead and kind of get that message out there about Reaper. Hopefully we don't come back for a fourth video on Waypoint. I feel like that would be insane, but who knows? I guess only time will tell. I mean, I never even thought I was going to make a second video on Waypoint. But I think we're going to go ahead and end off the video right here. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for all the support. I appreciate it so much. Remember, this week was the pre-Halloween update for Blade Ball, which most definitely means that next week is going to be finally the Halloween update, and I'm excited for it, man. Perfect way to end off the video with finally dying, but I will see you in the next one. Take care.